So we're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Okay.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cartographers Guild. My name is Josh.
I'm Drea.
I'm Leah.
I'm Brad.
And we're off to, I don't remember, part 13 at this point?
12, I think.
Was it? Okay. We're at part something of our D&D Livestream.
It's 12. I checked yesterday.
Okay. If you're not sure where we are, well, why aren't you watching? Shame on you. It has been a while. We apologize for that, and it was November when we did this last time. But, you know, holidays and, you know, our tech crew is voluntary, so we're at their whim.
Voluntary and awesome.
Yep.
We have a special guest today.
We do have a special guest today.
The Silver Knight of Awesomeness.
Hello.
She's here. She's off camera, but you can hear her. Which...
She will be in the chats when she can get there.
Yeah,
Always in
she's
the
normally the moderator, but right now she's in the room with us. Hooray!
Hooray.
And I believe Brad is up for our summary of where we were.
Well, I mean, last time we just did a great big dungeon.
We're just still on the map.
Or, you know, Bane's Happy House of Pain, as I think the locals call it. It's partially covered up. Let's see. So we started...
Way over
Hello,
there.
Itzo.
It's off the thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless that's our tech guys.
Huh? Ooh.
Oh, we have a person. I said hello to them.
Who were there?
That'd be me.
Oh.
It's over M. Do we know it's over M?
Mm.
Hi.
Anyways, Brad was saying.
Anyway, so we came down the steps into the Happy House of Pain, and then promptly got shot in the back by some guys behind an illusory wall. And then we tripped all over each other trying to get to them. And then we started our murder spree.
Yay, murder spree.
Shortly after that, we found a hidden door into the kitchens. And from there, we continued our murder spree with first all the staff, and then a bunch of people having dinner, and then some alchemists.
Although I think he let some of the staff go.
Yeah, we
Well-
did. We walked in and we're like, "You want none of what we're selling?" And they were like, "No, we don't."
Well, yeah, but that doesn't continue with the story that I'm telling.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
This is a
sorry.
theme.
Sorry.
For
Sorry.
monsters.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
In case that wasn't
Shutting
clear.
up. Shutting up.
We killed all the people.
We're not monsters. We're just murder hobos.
Anyway,
That's
so
a t-shirt.
after we killed all the people eating and preparing food and alchemizing, whatever, they were
Alchemizing.
probably evil. They're tangential to wizards. That makes them jerks. Then we raided all of their locker rooms and such, and stole what little value they actually had left to them. Not that it mattered since they were all dead. Then we looked at their pretty murals and took like 20 minutes going up some steps. And then we got into the sanctuary, I guess.
You're summarizing everything.
No, it's good. It's been a while. They need to know this.
Yeah.
All right, fair
So then
enough.
we got to the sanctuary, and there was a shadowy guy with shadow powers, who like growled at us, and then left.
No, you killed him.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you used your light.
Right.
Because that was his weakness.
I forgot that. Like, for a while, I thought that he had left and had summoned shadow monsters, but he actually was the shadow monster.
Yeah, no, he was a shadow demon.
Yeah.
No, we continued our tradition of murder
Right,
hobo by killing that guy.
I was gonna say we had character flaws, but no, we're perfect killers. So, then we said hi to the statue, and the statue tried to punch us, and it wasn't alive, so we had to leave.
Because you
and-
couldn't murder it?
Right, because we couldn't kill it. And then we went to the opening where we were supposed to find the people who were there to greet us with their happy, happy dogs, and we killed all them too.
And then you looked behind a tapestry and almost fell into a pit.
Oh, right. Because they had a fake hidden door with a trap under it, which is pretty clever, actually.
It is. It was pretty clever. We almost fell for it.
Yeah, and then we also, like, went and told, what's his name, Aragorn or whatever.
Tagger.
Strider.
Yeah.
That's what you get for using the Strider model. Like, he has a name, but we're never going to remember it.
Whatever.
We went and told him that we had found this, and we're like, hey, if you want to come in and like clean up and investigate or whatever, we still have a statue to kill. Don't touch it. But first, we're gonna take a nap. I think was the consensus.
And
You
by the
took
way,
a nap in the dark sanctuary?
No, we were gonna
out
go.
talking to Strider and
Yeah.
telling him stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And we're like, don't touch the statue. It seems mean. We're gonna go take a nap so we can get all our spells back, and then we'll go fight the statue.
P.S. Why are we even down here in the first place, Summarizer? Who are we and what are we doing
Told
down
you, this
here?
is Bane's Happy House of Pain.
You need other reasons.
It's a cult. We killed the cultists.
Do I need to help you with the summary a little bit here?
Just real quick so that, it's been a while since we've did this. Like, who are we and what are we doing here?
Okay,
Although
so
I'd like to say for the record that Brad's summary needs no help.
No. Applause for a summary.
It is just that maybe we want something slightly more.
Thank you, Silver, for getting the bios, and there's a link
Accurate.
to the character bios in the chat.
No, I was going to say all-encompassing.
okay, so working for the Kingdom of Jayard at this particular point, you have discovered that people who are getting Morrisite out for the Kingdom of Ryland are working with Bane to some extent because you found a amulet to Bane. At which point, your contact Tagger said, hey, we have news that there is probably Banish activity in the capital, so please come check it out. And you did. And you found the source of the Banish activity here in the capital, and that was Bane's Happy House of Pain.
Yes.
Thank you.
I suppose we should also clarify, you mentioned Morrisite. The Kingdom of Jayard is either at war or...
They're at war because everybody wants the Morrisite.
Yeah, the Kingdom of Ryland currently has the only mine that has Morrisite in it.
And Ryland's like, yeah, it's mine. It's on my land. The hell?
Because Jayard came along and was like, we should make sure everybody gets equal amounts of this. And Ryland was like, no.
No, it's ours. It's on our land.
While I understand both sides of this probably makes my character a traitor. but
Help.
I'm kind of with Ryland. It's like, no, I'm not going to hand you my tactical advantage.
Well, because
What the hell is wrong with
what does
you?
Morrisite do again?
Well, Morrisite is a slightly unstable metallic ore, and it enhances magical properties.
It's Magitech ore.
So everybody wants it.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. So we're taking a nap.
Okay, we take a nap.
Fantastic. At Leah's character's fancy house.
Yes.
Conductive to magical energy.
All right. Jezerin Saineric, youngest daughter of the Duke of Caertien.
Rennie. I don't think I have a last name. Yeah, I don't have a last name. Because I'm a bastard.
You have all the character sheets, don't you?
I have all of them?
Yeah, gimme.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would have assumed you would have grabbed yours.
And
My hands were full of food. And Daniel, the tiny but inevitable destruction of all things. A wizard.
Which means he's a jerk.
fighter, which is weird. Still getting used to that.
Bard, and you will respect it! Bards get no respect.
Sorry. Okay, so nap time is happening, and then
I don't know, you tell me.
And then we come back.
Okay.
Whether
Well,
that means you...
Tell me there are like agents or some shit here.
There are. No, Tagger and a group of his guys are cataloging and pulling
it's all
stuff out.
cordoned off and stuff.
Don't forget, that means you're fully healed, too.
Yay!
Yay! Pencil, please.
They're like, well,
This thing.
when you're done, we're probably just going to burn this place to the ground because that's a lot of corpses to clean up. And we don't need temples of Bane existing, so...
That-
Burn it down to the ground. It's underneath.
Yeah, I
Well-
was actually going to bring that up. There are people who live above this. Like, this is a fairly large compound. Is that going to cause problems for them?
They've got sappers. They'll figure it out.
Sapper.
Demolitionists.
Yeah. Basically, the people who will be in charge of bringing this down will know how to do it safely.
Okay.
They'll figure it out. Maybe they'll just flood it.
Yeah. Internally,
do it.
Daniel was thinking, I grew up in a church. I know how poor people are treated. They're probably going to get shafted. But I can't really do anything about it because, building things isn't exactly my forte.
No, for you are the tiny but inevitable destruction of all things.
Flooding it would be an option, though.
Yeah, that would certainly be less destructive than burning it.
Flooding it with nitroglycerin. No.
All right. I know we're all feeling better today, but do we have a plan for dealing with the giant statue?
I mean,
Not even a little.
the two of us can cast Shatter.
I can also give you a little hint. Try to remember stuff that you've picked up in this dungeon.
Drea typically writes all that down.
Yep. Because remember nothing. That was 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there was
But
that
I also
blue
don't wanna
silver
spoon-feed you, so.
teardrop petrified mouse, sack of teeth, brass ring, rectangle of metal with 2 tiny cups on one end, phone pipes, silver teardrop earring.
Ooh, it's like Zelda. We play the bone pipes and then it stops.
No, this is
No, I'm kidding.
this is clearly a point-and-click adventure game. We just take off everything in our inventory and rub it against the problem until it works.
No.
Nope, it's a Final Fantasy game.
Punch. Nope, that
Use the
wasn't it.
tail from the petrified mouse.
But there aren't any dragons here to give us class changes.
That's true.
I'm so
Max,
glad
what are
you
you
got.
doing here?
I'm so glad you got that reference.
Max would be an improvement.
None of these things are obviously helpful that I can see.
Not even a little.
Yeah, I thought all of that was just the random stuff we found in their quarters.
This is all I wrote down.
Let me make sure it's in there then, because I know you guys picked it up.
Okay, good. If we didn't, please tell us what we missed that we didn't write
I
down.
have, let's see, 3 evil amulets and 1,000 G of spell components.
You do have an evil amulet.
Well,
Apparently we did not write it down.
kind of thinking that might be the case.
Are you sure we realized we picked it up?
Pretty sure you did. Because I remember going, oh good, they have the way to get past this.
Well, then remind us of the thing that we got but didn't write down, please.
If you don't mind, sir.
Okay, I will spoon feed you.
Thank you.
I mean,
It's been 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. In one of the quarters, specifically the head cultist's quarter, amongst everything, you found a holy symbol of Bane.
oh, we probably just wrote that down as one of the things that another one of those amulets.
No, because you also found an amulet. There were 2 separate things.
Okay.
But there is a chance, though, that we misunderstood and thought it was just another.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a holy symbol of Bane.
Yes.
Would it make you feel better if I made an intelligence check to realize this or something?
Sure.
Okay.
Should we all roll intelligence or just
I got a
him?
21.
Okay, never mind.
It's all right.
Okay. Then Daniel realizes, hey, we got this holy symbol, and this was from one of the head cultist's quarters. Maybe it's a key to get past the golem that wants to punch us all in the face.
So after Jesse asks, do we have any kind of plan?
Well, the 2 of us can cast Shatter. There's also that evil symbol that we found that stood out. It wasn't one of the amulets.
What makes you think this will be helpful?
If it's guarding something, they probably have some kind of signal to let whoever is supposed to get past it. And that's as likely as anything, and the only thing we found. Like, the shadow monster didn't have anything interesting on him, so...
It would be worth trying before you cast Shatter at it over and over again, I think, yes.
It would take, like, 2 max.
Maybe 3.
How much damage does it do?
They might be exaggerating. Anyway, in we traipse.
Okay, you're back in the Dark Cathedral.
It does 3d8 damage, but inorganic enemies have disadvantage, so it would likely be taking full damage every time.
Okay.
Nice. All right, Danny, do your thing. Be careful.
Okay.
Unless there's, is there some kind of command word, or do we just hold it up, or what do you think? If there's a command word, we might be in trouble.
I have. Well, I don't have to risk myself for this. I am a wizard. I used Mage Hand and had the. I'd stand like to the side, but I knew roughly where we would have to be to actually get attacked.
Yeah. Well, it didn't
But-
get upset until you got onto the platform.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Because like even the stairs, it didn't care. It wasn't
Yeah.
until you got up onto the
So yeah, I
stage.
stand on the stairs nearby and like use Mage Hand to move the amulet over it to see if it reacts.
Okay. Well, you use Mage Hand to move the amulet over there, and the golem does not punch it.
Okay, I call the amulet back to me and then step onto the platform.
Okay.
I go with him because I don't want... no. Because no.
Like, yes, send the squishy of us
No.
alone
I'm fine.
to his flaming death.
No, I'll just toss the gnome off the platform.
Okay.
Shot put.
Gnome putty. No.
Besides, if I remember correctly, it didn't actually attack us right away. It just started getting threatening.
Yeah, it
started
took a
moving.
step.
We had plenty of time to react.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it punched the
It did.
platform, but because you guys moved it.
It brought its fist down
Oh, okay.
because it started to move. And we were like maybe, and then it went boom, and we went nope.
All right, I'll continue to spoon feed you because it has been a while. You do remember what you had said when you guys first came in, or what the guy said when he first came in. So you decide to give that a try, because you guys wouldn't have remembered that because it's been a while. So because it does turn to you, it's not making aggressive movements, but it's turning towards you as you're approaching. But then you kind of hold it up and you go, "The black hand will guide the faithful," and it settles itself back down.
Like oh, sorry, sir. Of course, sir.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well, now that I've had my blasphemy for the day,
Sorry, Danny.
It's a good thing you're not a cleric.
I still feel bad.
Well, nobody likes
I
it.
will try to blaspheme for you in the future.
All
Okay.
right, we go
So-
past.
Now we search around
All right,
because there wasn't an obvious door behind it or anything.
roll me perception.
Okay.
I'd like to point out that Ham Omelet says, "Talk to the black hand."
Perception or investigation?
Don't you need perception for secret doors?
I don't know.
Natural 20, witness.
Okay, never mind.
Never mind, you don't have to roll.
I'll
She got
you
it.
tell her what you got. I'll look it up.
Okay.
I don't roll these very often, so it's mine.
Yeah, you find a right behind it, where its legs,
Where we expect it to be.
where you expect it to be, because is a secret door that you're able to push a brick and it slides to the side.
Yeah, I do not instantly we've learned from the pit with spikes. We press it and peer
And
in.
wait.
Okay.
Down.
Poke it with your spear, see if there's a trap door.
And it's very simple, and at this point, I don't think I need to draw it on the map because we don't have characters or anything
We're
like
gonna have that scene from
I have a
Labyrinth where
character.
she goes, "I think I'm getting smarter." Ah! What,
Okay.
you don't remember that?
So, you have a short hallway that opens up into a room.
Okay.
What do you do with this hallway?
I go down this hallway,
Okay.
congratulating it on being a hallway.
Good job, hallway. Okay, so you enter into a hexagonal room with a large wooden desk that clearly had to be constructed in this room because there's no way they were going to fit it through the doorway. The back wall holds a large tapestry, clearly dedicated to Bane, because it shows more imagery of him conquering his foes and things of that nature. And yes, so this is clearly the chaplain's office, as it were.
That he guards with a giant stone statue?
Oh, there's probably something valuable in here.
Time to search.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
What is this? More perception or investigation or what?
Investigation's fine.
Nope.
Nope.
Try to save us.
Save Estrella.
Or, I mean, or
Oh, yeah,
Dragonborn.
Jorg.
24.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
He was the one who was making all the perception checks last time.
That's true.
How did that happen?
I liked that though. Nope. 24.
Okay.
It's a nice moment. Don't take away from me, Dwark.
No. Bernie has saved you all.
Yay!
So many
Respect the
maps.
bard.
Okay.
That deserves a hashtag.
So we've got a number of things on and around and in the desk, because, like I said, it's a giant desk, so it has a lot of drawers and stuff like that. And you're able to find on the desk is another amulet. You've gotten a pretty good feel of what these things are at this point.
Oh my god.
Must be setting up for something.
No kidding.
Wait, another one of like the enchanted kick-ass amulet? Oh, jeez.
Kick ass as long as you work for Bane.
Well, yeah, but like, I remember it had like a whole bunch of like stat ups. I mean, it was cursed, but like you were
Yeah,
an
there were
ass
a lot of
kicker while
bad-
you were wearing it.
There were a lot of bonuses. There's
Yep.
a reason you would be willing to put this on.
It's like they're staging an attack or getting ready for an attack or something.
Crazy.
Well, something. A letter and a dark tome. Also, with your high investigation, you were able to find a hidden latch that unlocks one of the larger desk drawers,
Okay.
and inside of it is a small chest.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I'm taking apart this desk.
Okay,
I'll roll again if you need me to.
so in the chest and various things, if you want to start writing stuff down. Nobody would carry that much. That's just ridiculous. I'll just add that to the gold number.
You're getting loot.
Okay. So around 100 gold, a handful of gemstones, which I can give you particulars if you like. A
Sure.
banded agate, a blue quartz, an eye agate, and 2 pieces of malachite, or 2 gemstones of malachite. A scroll
Hang on.
and a potion.
I am not a stenographer.
Stuff and things.
Oh, yeah.
Read the letter. It has all the evil plans on it.
Yes, read the evil letter of all evilness.
Okay.
There's a letter. There's a scroll.
Whatever. No, that he said there was a letter too.
No.
Oh,
But
it is?
before you
Yeah.
opened everything
Okay.
else up, you had an amulet, a letter, and a dark tome.
Ooh, Dark Tome.
Let's look at the letter.
Dark Tome for evil
Okay.
wizards.
Because of her political standing, as it were, or familial standing, or whatever, you would recognize that it's written in the language of Ryland, but it's in a dialect you don't recognize.
Interesting.
So you can pick up enough words to know that it's from Ryland, but you can't really get the gist of it.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be deciphered.
Ooh. Okay, so he pops it open and is like, huh.
Incriminating?
Taggart kind of pops up behind your shoulder. What's that?
It's
Where
When
did
did you
you
get
come from?
I've been here the whole time.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, he had agents all throughout the whole thing, cleaning everything up.
I don't remember you saying that he specifically was there, but okay.
Me neither, but okay.
I was just waiting for you guys to get past the golem.
well, it's it's the national language of Ryland, but it's a dialect I've never encountered.
I have some people that can take care of that.
All right. Other than that, we have a bunch of gold I'm not giving you. Some gemstones I'm not giving you.
So what you're saying is you don't want to be paid for this job.
No, we're going to be paid for this job because it was a mess. I'm just also not giving you this. Let's see. Another one of the terrifying death amulets.
The magical ones, not the generically evil ones.
Scoop.
A book that may drive you mad if you read it.
Ooh. Gimme.
Daniel.
What?
Pretty sure that's just a Banish Bible. So
Oh, okay.
Probably.
I thought we'd seen a couple of those. I might recognize it. Look, there's a chance it was a wizard spellbook.
It's not.
They're
Do
very
you
ex-
want spells out of a book like that?
If they're wizard spells, they are tools not aligned. I mean, unless they're necromancy. Those evil necromancers.
Scroll. Haven't looked at it yet. Theoretically, potion might be poison.
Well, since you're keeping everything, do you want it or not?
Well, let's see. Examine the scroll.
Hey, you're the one with identify, I believe.
We gave him the Banish amulet and the book
I do,
and
don't I? I do.
all the incriminating
so
stuff,
yeah.
by the way.
Scroll, potion. Mm.
Okay. The scroll is a spell scroll,
Okay.
and oh, come on, there we go. Wake up. And it is a. This will be useful. It's a spell scroll for reincarnate. The spell reincarnate.
What does that do in D&D terms?
If you die, you come back as a random race that, in previous editions, could include animals. So you could reincarnate as a badger if you die.
I
It
really
is-
hope this is not useful.
It is the poor man's resurrection. And the potion?
The potion is a potion of invisibility.
Now that's good. Reincarnate kind of scares me a little.
You touch a dead humanoid or a piece of a dead humanoid, and provided that the creature has died no longer than 10 days ago, the spell forms a new adult body for it and calls the soul to enter that body. And yes, it is random. Although no, an animal is not one of the choices.
Ah, shame.
It's one of the player races.
You don't want to come back as a snow tiger or something?
No, none of them were that cool. It was like badger was the best.
Wow.
So it was from the list of animal summoning one.
Probably.
I'm sure you're not getting it confused
Well-
with animal summoning one.
I was about to say, familiars are cooler than that.
While she's doing that, I'm casting Detect Magic and looking around.
Okay.
Just to make sure there isn't anything else.
Aside from the stuff you already have, the tapestry glows with detect magic.
Ooh. Does it have an obvious school?
Evil.
Is that a school?
I know.
The school of evil.
Evil school.
Yes.
Silver, why aren't you wearing your mic?
I am wearing it. I will wear it when I am done eating.
Okay.
Fair enough. Let's see here.
I don't know if that helped, but
Oh, sure, that works. Yeah, it's necromancy.
I was covering
Okay.
my mic because it was a cracker.
Well,
I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what? What school is it?
necromancy.
Evil, right?
Hey, it could have been enchantment.
So Brad and I are going to be making all the evil necromancy jokes because in the game we play ourselves, we're both good necromancers, so it's funny. Funny to us, anyway.
And those who don't realize it, yes, it can be done.
Assuming you have a permissive GM. Like, a lot of settings say explicitly necromancy is evil.
Period. End of discussion.
So, okay.
I also say blood magic is evil, but really it's just a tool.
It's all just a tool.
While we're on it, that tapestry is magic. Necromancy.
Flashbacks to Dragon Age
Okay.
Inquisition.
Really, Inquisition
I
is
guess we'll
not
get it to the
two?
lab.
Because 2 is the one where everything is blood magic.
No!
Or demons.
Stop using blood magic.
Stop using
Jesse,
blood
could
demons.
you push that aside with your spear or something, see if there's anything behind it?
Of course.
I wouldn't recommend touching it.
It doesn't really get pushed aside. You just kind of knock it off the wall when you do that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Well, because it's like clipped in place,
Oh, okay.
so it doesn't slide.
Yeah, whatever.
So, all right.
I
So,
figured it was like hanging, so you could just move.
well, I mean, it is hanging, but
Look,
it's
if it
not.
gets knocked down, it
What?
gets knocked down.
We don't care. We're not respecting this place.
Yeah.
Okay. So you desecrate that, and behind it is a brick wall. No,
Okay.
it's just the wall.
Okay, we're good. Just making sure. There are lots of hidden passages around here.
No, we don't play dead necromancer's hand.
It's necromancy.
Okay. Well then,
I mean, if you want to look at it.
The boss should know that,
I
probably.
said that.
Yeah, no, he's
Oh, I
there.
didn't,
He
know
heard
if,
it.
I didn't know he said it aloud.
Right,
Yeah.
And he was like,
Okay.
yeah, okay, we'll get it to the lab.
Oh, I get it. Haha, the only good necromancer is the dead necromancer. R.
Wouldn't that be a...
That's my character's goal.
Yeah.
We're working on Lichdom.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I had an idea of what we should get from the weird cult that we found, but we can talk about that later.
Later.
So back to this non-objective reality.
Yes.
So do you need anything else from us? Pretty sure we've cleared
No.
this place out at this
That's
point.
pretty much it. We'll go ahead and grab everything else.
Okay.
I mean, right now the key is deciphering that letter, so you guys got a day or so.
All right.
So, you can be done with Bane's House of Pain.
Wow.
Sorry, Happy House of Pain.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Dungeon complete.
Really, get it right.
Dungeon
Yay.
complete.
Dungeon completed.
It's like, aw, can't we, like, cleanse this place and make it a base or something?
I mean, on the way out, I do look at the golem
Uh-huh.
and try to examine it more and see if I can figure out what makes it tick and if I can salvage it, or if it's like this is powered by evil clerical magic or whatever.
It's basically evil clerical magic. So.
Dang it.
Good try, though.
What, were you hoping for a new mode of transportation?
My tiny legs get so tired.
I offer to carry you whenever you get tired.
Yes, but that's demeaning. I mean, this at least would be a summoned creature.
Yeah,
I could do it.
Riding on the back of my own personal golem, awesome. Getting carried around like a baby, insulting.
I don't mean to insult you.
I know you don't mean it that way.
Daniel in one of those baby slings on the front. I can still cast spells. My arms are free.
If I cast mage armor while that happens, does everyone get the benefit of it? Because
Just
I
the
might
person
be,
you're strapped to.
I might be down for that.
It's like, suddenly, this is less demeaning and more tactical.
It's an altered version of baby armor.
Uh-huh. I guess we retire back.
Well, actually,
Oh.
just real quick. Drorik,
Duh.
could this place be cleansed?
Ooh, probably. It would take quite a bit. I mean, it is soaked in evil.
I understand. It just seems...
So instead of flooding it, we should flood it with holy water.
That's a lot of holy water.
Rennie, why do you ask?
It seems wasteful to just flood it, or collapse the tunnels, or something like that. This is...
I could contact the church.
It might be interesting. Well, I would ask Tagger first. But
There can be lingering after effects of a place this unholy. We wouldn't want that under a major city.
Truth.
Yeah, no, Tagger's like, if you want to call in the Church of Helm to come clean this place up, you are more than welcome to. All right, I will do so.
okay. I mean, that's probably a good idea, because if nothing else, even if we flood this place, it's still... Yeah.
It
It
was
will
a
taint
worst-
all the water and ruin all the crops.
It was a place of worship for a long time.
And then
I'm
we could-
sorry, I shouldn't joke about these things. These things are far beyond my understanding or interest.
Well, the funny thing
Well,
is
you might
that
be right.
your joke may be accurate.
Really?
Yes, if we flooded this place and the water seeped back into, like, the groundwater,
Which is almost assured.
which is almost, yeah, which is, as he said, it probably will. Yes, it could taint the water and destroy all
Then
the
by all
crops.
means, we need to cleanse this place.
I will do so.
Thank you, Dwarf.
Of course. I am learning.
Now we retire back to the Saineric
Yeah.
abode or whatever the
Yes.
hell it is.
Jorg says he'll
Manor.
meet you there
That would
as
be
he
a
goes
manor
off to
house. It's
Manor
contact
house.
the Church of Helm, or the followers of Helm, as it were. His higher-ups.
Actually, if we don't have anything planned, I might go with you.
All right.
I haven't had a chance for worship and supplication recently.
No, by all means.
Have fun.
The blessing of Helm is one every one of good heart should have. All right. So you guys head off to your family estate.
I wonder who they worship up in Rennie's artsy little mountain town.
No idea.
I mean, frequently it is the generic good gods.
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone specific they venerate.
Okay.
Because most areas, I mean, yes, it would be the good gods, but it seems like most cities have a deity that they're particularly fond of, for whatever reason. That's something I may need to look into before next time.
God of sheep.
Huh?
God of sheep.
No, because because someone has forgotten Rennie's character history. But
Mountain, they're sheep.
yeah, but Rennie's father has gone out of his way to encourage artists.
I
to
know, but it
I
also
was
the
hoping
main
Josh would bleed
summers up
again.
there.
the main
What?
export
I was
is
hoping
sheep.
you'd bleed again when I said that.
It is wool, not sheep. Thank you.
Where does the wool come from?
They keep
I'm
the
just
sheep
saying,
to themselves.
we don't export the sheep; they're too valuable.
Meh.
And when they get old, they're food.
Meh.
Sheep.
Meh. Let's see.
Ah, that's a great new trick.
Just be glad it wasn't goats. They scream.
Don't.
Nope. Gosh.
Yeah, admittedly, I have no idea what a sound a goat makes.
I mean, mostly they kind of bleat weirdly, but there are a number of meme videos of them actually screaming weirdly like humans.
Although it's
Oh,
a particular
that's weird.
type.
Yeah, it's a specific behavior or something.
Go to page 294. Knock yourself out.
Oh, you're looking for gods?
Look for God of sheep.
Meh.
Anyway.
Beep beep, I'm a sheep. Thank you.
Beep. Machine. That's it.
Beep, beep,
Oh.
I'm a sheep.
Right. Well,
Which one's the god of bards?
See, where's
discotheque.
Helms?
Discotheque. God of bards.
I've forgotten the name's Bane.
Okay, I have nothing in particular I want to do with the church. I was just tagging along because
Okay.
it seemed like something I would do in a character. So
Okay. Well, you go in, and yeah, it's like if somebody made a military barracks nice, and very tall and shiny and everything like that, because Helm, god of light and protection, his clerics are all willing to whoop ass for the Lord, as it were.
Here we go.
Which one?
Malil, god of poetry and song. Domain of light.
There you go.
Neutral good.
Oh no, my straw. I got this.
Sure. We know.
okay,
Okay. Did you want to do anything in particular? Or
Nope.
just okay.
no, I just go with him. I like spend some time in prayer in their chapel or whatever.
Okay. Well, in that case, you're all set up.
Maybe freak out some minor priest with my hair. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
certainly not going in with my head covered.
It does take a minute.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. This is what I do.
All right. And what do you guys do?
I don't know, nothing really. I probably write a letter home just to say, hi, I'm here, still working for the kingdom of Jayard.
Haven't died yet.
I don't really at all get into my adventures, by the way. This is a very formal, yes, I'm well, ask after my father's health. You know, here I am, might not be here tomorrow.
I happen to be at our holdings in.
The capital, for the moment.
You will be happy to know I have been here for about a week.
Putting the house to good use.
So sorry to have missed you. No, truly.
'Twas a shame. Damn shame.
Jezerin,
Damn shame. Yeah, why not? I'll write my father.
Okay. So you guys head back. Unless you have anything else planned.
Something along the lines of, I know we've barely spoken since I marched off in a huff, but anyway, still alive. Sorry about that.
So, the next day,
Oh, right. Met one of your old friends. He had some interesting stories to tell. I knew you were a whore, but come on, Dad.
You know what? I take it back, actually. I have to rethink that letter, because what Jessamine wants more than anything in the world is to do deeds to make her family proud of her and, like, notice her, because she's the 10th child. So, I mean, she doesn't get into Notice me is pretty, yeah. I mean, that's what we're after here. So, the letter would talk about, I mean, none of the parts that would violate national security, but, like, you know, I've...
Hi, Dad, I'm in redacted. We've been redacting.
Yes, I've been on adventures. Yes, I've helped. You know, we've killed this and done that. And, you know.
Totally saved the kingdom a couple times. It's cool.
Nobody knew. Nobody will ever know.
I
Anyway.
say as much as I can without saying anything that if this letter was intercepted would be disastrous.
Almost undoubtedly. All right, so, on that note, the following afternoon, Tiger meets back up with you, and he goes, all right, well, we got the letter deciphered. You might want to take a look at it, because it's going to help us on the way to where we're going next.
All right.
So you open it up. The letter says, Chaplain Dyron, the plot goes well. Nary a few more months and this ritual shall be completed. Continue with your campaign. The unrest feeds the master, as does the hate. Plans are in motion to provide one final push should the sacrifice not be ideal. If you receive the sign, change the seed you sow and proceed to encourage the summit. There the final straw will break both camels, and the glorious time of Bane's avatar will be upon us. Fear him always, Chaplain Bozal.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So
Why do these people...
the Baneites are
never
not
mind.
necessarily working with the enemy. They
Sounds like they're trying to stir up hate on both sides.
Yes, they are at least partially behind the war, taking advantage of it. And
To resurrect Bane's avatar? Create Bane's avatar?
probably resurrect, since he died messily, if I remember correctly. Or, no, he died messily and then came back in his son?
Yes.
Yeah.
So someone's the new avatar. Someone will be the new avatar.
I wonder what the sacrifice is.
Oh, that's tough to say.
Yeah.
I wonder what a lot of things...
There's a lot of vague language in there.
I mean, we're looking through the tome, but that's going to be a while.
Well, I doubt many of the specifics will be in there unless the summit is meaningful to them.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about on that one. So
I'm not sure how this indicates the direction.
it was written in the hand of Ryland, which means that they're probably in Ryland.
Ryland is not a small place, my lord.
No, it's not. But the other problem is, since this war has been going on for 4 years, I have not many agents still there. They've been rather systemic about making sure there were no leaks.
I am shocked.
So you're sending us in again?
You're not recognizable.
Well, we need to have more of a direction than Ryland.
I mean, the dialect is very distinct. There's got to be a region it came from.
Most likely, given what we had found, that it's not really a used dialect anymore. That's what made it the most difficult. But if we're going to find anybody that does utilize it, they're probably going to be closer to the mountainous regions.
Oh.
The main issue right now is getting into Ireland. The 2 roads in, one you've already been through, which is the one that leads to River Stout, which, since our little activity, they've upped their security there.
I imagine
shocked.
so.
So there's an issue. The other way to go through is Fort Calterid, or Calterde. And Fort Calterde is an interesting case. You should be able to go in through there, although that's standard military routes. If you guys decided to go off the beaten path, you can actually go through follow the river up through the forests, and you can actually run into a road that goes towards the mountain valley. It's mostly sheltered, which is why the military never takes that route, because it's hard to move a group through there. But with only 4 of you, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So it's up to you which way you want to go. I actually told you about Fort Calterde, which is Ryland, but the commander there has almost made it an independent outpost. Not entirely. The Ryland military is stationed outside of the fort.
That sounds like an
Interesting.
interesting political situation.
The fort's the closest it's been to the vast majority of the battles in this war, so it's been besieged multiple times. And the commander has become
Done.
less of a military commander and more of a person of the people. So he's protecting his civilians.
Good for him.
I can admire the guy, but
Well, it might be worth it to go through the fort. We might learn something in the journey.
It sounds interesting, but perhaps less chance for encounter if we take the other way. I suppose we could always try the fort, and then if that doesn't work out, we have a backup plan.
That's true.
okay. So there's a lot of lines on this, so it makes it a little bit difficult to distinguish. Again, you guys are here at the capital. This is the border.
Right.
That's where River Stout is.
Right.
That's where Fort Calterde is.
Right.
And then what he was talking about was following the river up, and there's this road that goes west from Fort Calterde up to the mountain towns. And you could actually go through the forest and intersect the road there and take it up.
Okay.
So those were the options he was giving you.
Or if Calterde doesn't work, we can just go west from Calterde to...
Yes.
Though we'd be going directly through the woods then instead of following a river. Which might be a...
Well, no, there's a road that
Oh,
leads
okay.
from Fort Calterde up to the thing.
So the goal here is to somehow get across the border and somehow find another outpost of these Bane worshippers to find out what their plan is.
Or at least try to establish some contacts on that side. Because now that we know, or at least we have a good idea, that it's not Ryland that's directly involved in this, they might be interested in trying to root this out as well.
True.
But I can't approach them. They will kill me.
And probably with good reason.
They might kill us as well, it's just less likely.
Well, and on the other hand, yes,
less
we're
of a
from
good
this country, but we have a cleric of a good god, a wizard who is clearly aligned with them, and a couple of adventurers. We could just say we're on the tracks of a cult.
Technically, I'm not from this country.
We could say
I thought
we're
you
on the...
technically were.
Yeah, we could just tell them we're on the tail of the cult. Because at this point, that is our primary worry. We're not... we're barely helping Ryland at all, aside from the fact that no one wants a cult in their backyard.
Well, and my main goal is to end this war as quickly as possible.
And if they're behind it, egging it on, causing it to happen, then that's good for both sides. So I think it is reasonable that we could find allies over there.
We can only hope.
Call me optimistic.
I usually do.
Optimistic.
But I think finding allies involves going through the fort.
That's fair. The less snaking we have to do.
Yeah, sneaking
less.
through forests and roads to mountain towns is not going to put us in contact with the right people.
Okay. Due to the...
God,
there went
damn
all of
it.
your dice.
I'll get it in a minute. Anyway, go ahead.
Due to the general unrest that's been happening in that area, I actually do have an agent. So if you do make it to the fort, look for Khalif. She's one of the barmaids at the local tavern.
Is there some kind of call sign?
Excellent source of information.
Oh, I know.
Is there some kind of call sign we should give her to let her know who we are?
Did we just say that you sent us?
I'm not well known enough by name. That should probably work.
Okay.
And also, here, give her this coin when you tip her.
Okay.
Should we be going in, if we are looking for allies, should we be going in with our official badges that you gave us?
No.
Yeah.
And in fact, you should probably just leave those with me.
Yeah.
Because again, if you guys are caught or anything in Ryland, you don't know me, you don't know Jayard.
I think our cover, for what it is both accurate and good. We're trying to track down this cult.
Sounds like it'll work fine.
Okay.
All right, then we'll get you a cart and some horses ready, and I guess we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you for trying to bring this to a close.
Why is it always bright and early?
Take it,
Brad.
You're welcome. They're mostly under my legs anyway.
Thank you.
So not that I mind impossible tasks in service to my country, but this one seems especially daunting.
Does it?
In some ways.
I mean, in this case, we more or less know what we're looking for, and we found this thing in the middle of the city.
In the middle of a city that we, at least some of us knew well. I don't know.
Oh, we'll be fine.
It's
If we survive all this, Taggart better hand me exactly what he promised me.
What is that exactly? Long silence implies you don't want to talk about it. That's fair.
It's awkward. It's, yeah.
But how can we go wrong? Priest of Helm, a bard, we're made for making friends.
It's... yes. I suppose.
Our intentions are good.
Good intentions don't always save you, Drarek.
Well,
We'll
no,
be
that's what
alone
the
in
mace is
enemy
for.
territory with no allies. It was quite a different thing to find.
I think it's important for you to stop thinking of them as enemies.
Of whom?
Thinking of
Ryland.
Ryland. Yeah, thinking of Ryland as enemies.
That is difficult.
I understand, but
Besides, even if these Bane people are stoking the fires, even if we stop them, these countries are not going to magically decide they don't care about the Moorsight anymore, no matter what anyone says. Even if they stop agitating people, that's not going to be enough on its own to stop this war.
I don't think anybody was proposing it would be.
I just don't want anyone to forget that. I believe Daniel has a point in that being more neutral will be to our advantage, but that is very difficult for me to do. I appear to be the most nationalistic among us.
Then maybe you wear disguise?
I shouldn't even use my name.
Probably not.
No.
Not with that intention.
If I get captured, I'm going to instantly get ransomed, and how humiliating would that be? I'd never hear the end of it.
A comment Drarek would never say.
Enlighten us out of character.
At least then you'd know how much you're worth.
To your family?
Dun dun.
something just occurred to me. Can I see the map again?
Yeah.
Where's that mountain of magic metal?
What do you need, mighty tech person?
Up here.
Just somewhere in there? Do we know exactly where it is?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying, if there's a specific mountain that we should be on the lookout
Right.
for, there's one in particular. I,
Oh, right, we were talking
Well-
about ransom, huh?
yeah.
That was the last thing stated, yes.
Though, I mean, I could share my revelation. So something just occurred to me.
Yes.
We don't know exactly where that mountain of magic metal is, do we? Do you?
Well, right now you guys are discussing without Tagger here.
Oh, isn't he not? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we should ask Taggart, because if there is a very important mountain that we need to be on the lookout for, that seems like a likely candidate.
I don't know that. It doesn't make sense to me that that this ritual is going to be taking place where the Morsite's being ored. Or mind, whatever.
I don't know about magic rock. That's
If
not
they
my
are
department.
trying to summon the avatar of a god, they want as much magic reactions as they can
But
get.
do they want it raw or refined?
Well, I don't know. They've been making a lot of those amulets and spreading them around, so
True.
maybe it'll be focused in different spots. They also mentioned sacrifice, and I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they do have an altar deep in the mine.
Who knows? I'm just pointing it out.
We need to confiscate all of those things we can get.
The Peanut Gallery has a suggestion.
Oh?
You might want to ask Taggart for a copy of that letter so that you can continue to decipher it on the road.
I was thinking of that, actually. Question, well, I'll bring it up in character. Should we get a copy of that letter, do you think, or would it be dangerous to be caught with it? Is the risk not worth it?
I think if anything, it's helpful. We can say, look, this is what we're looking for.
Yeah, it's the letter isn't incriminating as to whom we work for. It's just
Then we should get a copy of it, I think.
Did Taggart take the copy back that he gave to us? Because he
he
brought.
gave us the
Yeah,
translation.
no, you can just have the translation.
Oh, okay, good.
So we'll just make sure that we can hold on to this.
Okay, next morning. Oh, we're
Actually,
not.
sorry, one more thing. Actually, Tiger, could we get a copy of the original?
He's not
letter?
there.
Damn it. Okay. All right, then fine. At some point, I will send a thing. I will send a runner to Tagger to get a copy of the original letter. Because
In the weird dialect?
yes, in the weird dialect.
Okay.
It would be
Because-
nice to have something in the weird
Yeah,
dialect.
if we do make local contacts, they might be more knowledgeable about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or where we can find people that might write that way.
Okay, so then, next morning.
Next morning. Horse. Cart.
Yep. You guys have a horse and a cart. Why is this? Oh, shit.
The horse is even in front of the cart.
Oh, I thought I'd turn that off. Damn it. All right. No, it should still be in here.
Okay.
All right, that's annoying. Okay, so Tiger shows up with the cart and a copy of the original letter, as you requested, and basic travel supplies and everything like that. And he goes, all right, take the road out east and head north until you reach the fort.
Thank you, my
Okay.
lord.
Thank you for your work.
We get on the road.
Bye, Strider.
Oh,
Miss
Actually,
you.
before we go, I wanted to ask, Tiger, you don't happen to know where the Morsite Mountain is, do you?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Hang on a second. The best reports we have is the vast majority of the Morsite seems to be coming out of an outpost called Zauberfell, which is probably near that mine, I would imagine, because that's where the ore's coming from.
Okay.
So,
I have a question now that I'm thinking of it.
go ahead.
You say your goal is to stop this war as quickly as possible.
Yes.
By any means necessary, as in they keep the mine, we get the mine gets blown up and nobody gets the mine? What's your preferred outcome here?
Preferred outcome is either the mine goes away or we get the mine. Preferred outcome. At this point, I really don't care. I mean, the king might have other intentions, but that's not my goal.
I wish this stupid thing never existed.
Yeah, a lot of us do.
Just curious. Now we go?
Yes,
Okay.
I was ready.
Okay.
You know, it's beginning to occur to me that if my goal, as we're going, that if my goal in this whole endeavor is fame and recognition, I might have chosen the wrong employer.
Maybe once we save both kingdoms from the horrible threat, we can let them know. We can let everyone know that it was us.
But who will believe us after the fact?
But we'll have so much proof.
I hope everyone
Like
does
dozens
a good
upon
job
dozens of evil amulets that we can show people.
Write a lot of songs, Rennie. Make them good. Sing them all the time.
I'll do my best.
Oh, the king will not yet. It will be fine.
There'll be 2 kings who will praise us.
We'll be double knights.
Indeed.
The armor will be very heavy.
No wonder you two get along so well. You have the same sunshiny personality, almost.
Half and half. I'll go for that.
That's fair. Probably more practical.
The helm might not work right, though. But most helms don't work on my head anyways.
No, I don't imagine they do.
It's the frills. Something I was gonna
That's
look
a terribly selfish viewpoint, isn't it? Worrying about the fame from this.
How lovely are you guys?
I can't
Four.
really
4?
fault you for it. I mean, I have effectively admitted that I am not here out of any sense of patriotism, and entirely because of what Tiger offered me.
I'm
So-
still burning with curiosity, but I will wait until you're ready.
It is mostly information.
Fair enough. I am here out of extreme patriotism. Maybe too extreme, if the rest of you are to be believed.
Very extreme.
I mean,
Terribly extreme.
it's good to want to help your people, and you are nobility, so you have an obligation to help them as much as possible.
I most certainly do.
But
The task I wish more nobles would take seriously.
I think
I'm
when
only
I
half
said
nobility,
before,
so I don't have to.
So you say. We all have an obligation, I think. Go on.
when I said before that you shouldn't think of Ryland as your enemies, it's more that they don't have to be.
In a perfect world, they're certainly not.
Well,
I honestly don't know how I feel about this mine. I either want everyone to have what it has equally. Can't blame Ryland for saying no, honestly. But I either want that or for it to go away. I don't necessarily think Jayard would... There's corruption on every side.
that's true.
And temptation, and this stuff is beginning to sound like all it does is cause trouble.
Well, I don't know. I think, and maybe this is overly optimistic of me, or maybe it's just that since we have, how do I put this? I'm probably going to offend you. I apologize.
I will brace myself.
In my opinion, this war is kind of Jayard's fault. They went, share will make you. Ryland went, no. We don't know that Ryland wouldn't have been more sharing if Jayard had not pressed the point. Jayard did not wait to see what they would do with it.
I agree with you. Yes, Jayard started it, but I can also see why they started it. When you see somebody, a traditional, at best neutrality, sometimes enemy, gaining a distinct advantage, for your survival, you would probably assume that somebody would want to use that against you. I can see both sides of this, which is why I just want it to go away. It's not going to do that, though, so I honestly don't know how we're going to stop this war.
Well, and honestly, even if the mine was collapsed, someone would try to find a way back into it.
Of course they would.
And I seriously doubt you're going to be able to destroy the entire vein.
As long as it's there, both countries will fight over it. And there's no way to make sure it's distributed equally. Perhaps we should be spending more time trying to find a vein on the Jayard side.
If the stuff is magically reactive, it's totally possible you could set it off.
You want to blow up the mine, Daniel?
No, I don't want to blow up the mine.
Thank
You
you,
destroy an
because-
entire mountain that would have catastrophic effects for entire countries.
Not to mention the fact that, you know, my home is in those mountains.
Yes. Catastrophic effect for entire countries. Yours
Just
included.
add this to the list.
Well, we're gonna have to find some way to deal with it if we want to stop this war, is all I'm thinking. Maybe there's some way to make it all inert.
I think the best bet is to convince the leaders that they need to form some sort of treaty as to its use.
But
I wonder if it would be respected.
yeah, the problem is that falls back on the sharing.
It's worth a try. I doubt there's a magical ritual to make all the Morosite in the world inert. Seems like the most realistic option at this point. But we're problem solvers, not necessarily diplomats. So
Practical problem solvers.
let's just get back into sneaking into not enemy territory where we have no allies and no friends to help us if something goes wrong. Daniel, I'm sorry, it's hard to think of that optimistically. Teach me.
We're traveling adventurers. We go wherever we want. Most people are happy to see us because we kill monsters. And we have lots of money usually.
That's true. We are fairly well funded. I mean,
How well you're
especially for
adjusting to this life of
traveling adventures.
adventuring. It's like you've done it for years.
I don't know. I was preparing for this. Most of my life I figured I'd go into adventuring.
As usual, I will try to emulate your sunny disposition and fall short.
Oh God.
We're ready to go on, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, my system had a crash.
We're going down the road to adventure and a fort. Katie did whatever it's called. What was it called?
Click clack.
Look, it's the fort.
Calterde.
Katie
going-
did. That's what I said.
We're going to the fort.
Fort Calterde.
I like Fort Katie did.
You would.
He was jealous she didn't think of it.
Sure.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. Okay. Had a pasting error. Give me just a minute here and I'll be right with you.
I gotta go back over my skills. I'm not used to playing a fighter, so what is all this stuff?
How does this work?
How does this work? It's been 3 months since we played this.
Let's see. My abilities are hit things with a pointy thing. Don't get hit by pointy things.
Shit.
Hit things harder with a pointy thing.
Hey, all of
Hit
these
things with a pointy thing twice.
Hey, all of these maneuvers are actually really interesting and strategic.
Strategery.
Strategery.
Dodge then hit with pointy thing.
Create disadvantage.
Sweep the pointy thing.
With pointy thing.
Oh, stop it.
I hate you guys.
Sweep the pointy thing.
Whatever.
That's
I'm a
not how that
wizard.
song goes.
My one skill is fire.
And shatter, apparently.
Try
Fire
to
the
block
pointy
with
thing.
the pointy thing.
Did you say pick a lock with the pointy thing?
No, I said try to block.
Oh.
I know how to pick a lock with my pointy thing. Whack!
That's
Doors
not
open.
Picking a lock. You're
Hey.
terrible at this.
Wasn't there something in the Munchkins
I'm
guide?
the one that picks
Yeah, the gun is the only tool that you
The
need.
gun is the only tool you need.
It's how the gun skill replaced all other skills.
Block picking. Blam!
Yeah.
Intimidation. Talk! Point gun at guy.
I have a gun here.
What
What?
was it? Was it an Assassin's Creed game where the way we opened chests was stomping off the lock?
That was. Is that Unity or not
No, that
Unity? Was it
wasn't
Syndicate?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was fantastic. We'd find chests. We'd just go stomp, stomp, break the lock.
I'm sure that works.
And Unity had the lock picking thing, which was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was awful.
Just the worst. Simply the worst. Yeah.
So I'm not playing much Elder Scrolls Online these days, but I did up my legerdemain?
Yeah.
Whatever, however you say that word. Skill up to the point where I can just force lock. Which I love, because I hated the lock picking
Yeah, it's
thing in
annoying.
Elder Scrolls.
Has there ever been a good lockpicking minigame?
I don't
can't
know,
think of
has
one.
there?
I didn't mind the one in Skyrim.
See, I didn't mind it, but it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good, but like if that's the closest I can.
Warframe ones aren't terrible.
The least
But
annoying.
are they good?
They're quick. I mean,
Yeah, that's the best the lockpicking minigame has ever been. Not troublesome.
I like the lock picking in Dragon Age.
How did
Isn't
that
that
go?
Because
just-
you're obsessed with that.
you have a skill and it works.
Yeah, because you have a skill and it just works.
yeah,
Click.
that's because there's not a minigame.
Rogues can pick locks. End
There
of
you
story.
go. Sounds good to me, man.
Yeah, but that's also part of my point. The best form is no minigame.
Hey, yes, you are correct.
Sorry, like I said, I lost some data, so give me just a minute while we try to recover it.
I thought that perhaps while we're waiting, I think we know enough about Jezrin's backstory in this. Vrenny, I thought was from Fantasy Russia. No, Drorik is from Fantasy Russia.
Freddie's from Fantasy Germany.
Oh, right. Fantasy Germany.
Yeah, Vrenny's being very mysterious about her strange rapier and her broken sword and her,
And ash covered,
No one's asked about the
whatever it
loot.
is.
I've asked about the
The
sword.
mandolin.
Sorry, right, mandolin.
I looked at these last night.
Thank you.
But
Yeah, you asked about the sword, and I was
You were like, and I was like, okay.
yeah.
And very mysterious about about what she's gonna be. Vrenny's very mysterious.
Right, terribly mysterious.
Terribly mysterious.
But I thought now would be a good time to post character bio link again, which I'll do in a second. But Danny just said that he was the small but inevitable destruction
The
of all
tiny but
I knew that
inevitable.
was destruction of all things. Yes, thank you.
Excuse me. Why might
He's
that
very upfront about that.
Why might that be?
Because he was an orphan raised in the church, and a traveling prophet came through, pointed at him, and said, "That guy's gonna break it all," or something to that effect. There was probably rhyming.
There's probably a little more like, oh no,
Uh-huh.
and screaming and maybe fainting.
So yeah, and like he had time to grow up with this and adjust to it, and has embraced it and accepted that whatever, everything dies.
Yep. And up until that moment, he will be happy.
Yeah, like everyone dies eventually. You have to live with that knowledge and have a good life anyway. So he's trying to make the world a better place as long as there's a world to have.
That he might ruin. Perhaps by blowing up a mountain of Morsite.
Maybe.
Oh, ruin it all.
He's considering it a distinct possibility at this point.
I totally didn't do this. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. This was all me.
And Drorik, which we've been referring to, is the NPC played by Josh. He is a cleric of Helm, mainly because the party needed a cleric.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
after
wanted to heal her, no one wanted to play one.
Brad whined and whined about, can I be a dragon? Can I be a dragon? Can I be a dragon? Josh is like, no. And then he's a dragon.
He's a dragonborn. I
Yeah.
could have been a dragonborn if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But that's like, I don't know if I said this out loud, but I thought of it earlier, that like saying I want to be a dragon and someone saying you could be a dragonborn sorcerer is like saying, I want an apple pie and someone handing you an uncut apple and some like egg yolks and being like, there you go.
Now pie it up.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand the analogy, but I don't understand why the analogy is true in Fantasyland.
Dragonborn is just like a human with scales and
Oh.
can breathe fire.
Oh,
And
Weak.
like sorcerers have some draconic powers, but yeah, it's super weak. It's incomplete, and it's not what I want.
Jark's fine with it. He's happy the way he is. Brad just can't be happy. Ever.
I mean, yeah. That's not a secret.
although Drorik does seem a little fresh out of the temple.
The cloister. Yep.
Yes. No, we have determined that is very true.
Yeah, somehow we all got to 3rd level, but this is our first adventure. So
Well, you know.
we had really good training.
You know, we gotta get up through the ranks. We're power leveling here. If we don't, we're gonna be at this campaign for the rest of time, and we probably have other ideas on the horizon eventually.
Well, no, we don't have this campaign through the rest of the time because I have it planned out.
Oh, well.
But,
Yes.
although speaking of which, should we go ahead and bring that up now, or should we wait till Leah gets back?
Leah needs to be part of that conversation.
Yeah,
Okay.
Leah definitely needs to be part of that
We'll
conversation.
have that conversation, and then we'll do our first break.
Okay.
I have no idea what we're talking about, but I'm guessing I'm about to find out.
Yeah. Neither does the audience. Nobody knows.
Nobody
Except
knows.
for Leah. I mean, except for Drea, because we had that conversation last night.
all the things.
She does
Well,
all the things.
Well, Brad
I-
kind of knows.
Oh,
I
okay.
have, I have
Because
a
I
few
talked to
hints.
Brad.
Well, it better be cool. Is it cool?
I guess we'll
No,
find
it's
out.
lame. We're done with having fun.
We're
Aww.
never gonna have fun again.
Aww.
Speaking
all
of,
lame from here
speaking
on
of, our next game is GURPS.
Fuck you, I like GURPS. That is still my favorite system. So, I'm sorry you have issues with it.
I'm sorry, that system has such issues.
It only has as many issues as you want to have issues with it.
I did want to say. I did want to say on the subject of Rennie being terribly mysterious, if Jezrin was better at reading people,
And she's not necessarily.
and she's not, she might see that Rennie's hesitance comes from discomfort, not a need to be mysterious.
Well, no, she doesn't think Rennie needs to be mysterious.
Yeah, we're just giving you crap
might
about
wanna-
it.
No,
And
let me,
Yeah, you
or,
might
let
wanna
me
mic in.
mic up
Yeah,
before I
yeah.
explain.
I was telling Leah needs to mic in before she responds
Before
to
I
your
explain,
accusation, your horrible
mic in.
accusations.
Her horrible accusations.
She doesn't think Rennie's terribly mysterious. She's both young and not good at reading people, and even more so than that, trying very hard to respect your boundaries. The moment she hesitates a little bit, as you've noticed, Jezerin's gone, okay, that's fine, whenever you're ready. So it's not about, oh, she's trying to be mysterious. I don't think Jezerin thinks you're trying to be mysterious.
the players do.
The players, I like to make fun of you for it, but I think Jezerin's just more like, no, that's your business. You'll tell me if you want to tell me.
Leah, apparently we're about to discuss a thing.
I am
You
ready
might
to
also wanna
discuss
make
a
sure Your
thing.
mic is pointed in the correct direction. It's kind of off to the side.
Hello, microphone. Hello. Okay. I seem to be mic'd, I think.
Okay.
We'll move it up a little more.
Well, if the tech crew doesn't say anything.
Haha.
So,
Okay, so the conversation we're going to have
Yes.
is because of the infrequency in which we do this. The conversation had popped up, and we might do like a poll on this to discuss what we should do next or whatever. Is maybe not so much have a long-running campaign like we're doing right now, even though I've got this one planned out to the point, but you guys are just like barely at the halfway point as far as my campaign is concerned.
Okay.
So this is going to run for a while. So the idea was whether we would continue doing this or whether we should start doing the small games in other systems and just kind of leave this by the wayside. And that, not meaning we'll never come back to it. Because like I said, I've got it planned out. We can always come back to it. But because of how separated it is, it's getting difficult to jump right back into it because
We were pretty good at doing it once a month before Christmas came.
well, yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is that's still once a month. So I don't know, and we can bring this up to a poll to the rest of the audience and what have you, and see what route they want to go as well.
We should
But-
probably do that and discuss it off camera.
I do have one thing to say about that. I
Sure.
mean, in terms of you guys doing it, yes, it can be pretty infrequent, but in terms of putting it on the YouTube channel, they can see it back to back whenever they want.
Yeah, but part of the problem is us getting back in character
Yeah.
after not doing it for 3 to 4 months.
Again, I mean,
Which is
this
gonna
is a
happen
show.
again this summer.
Let's discuss it off camera.
Okay, I guess
Okay.
it's break time.
Well, I was bringing it up on camera because this also involves the audience too as to what they want to see.
Right.
So that's why I was bringing that up.
Right.
So yeah, so this is a good time to go ahead and pause there. So we'll go ahead and have our first break. So as far as YouTube is concerned, thanks so much for watching us, and we'll see you guys next week. As for Twitch, stick around. We're just gonna grab a couple of snacks and drinks real quick, and then we'll reset ourselves. So yes, ta-da!